We're back in Bulgaria again, and I'm staying at Colin's house, and it's always interesting to see what the neighbours' animals are up to. And on this particular visit, the goats were the ones to watch because there were some new kids on the block. Just briefly, back to my original 2007 purchase of the house on the hill, which long-term viewers will have already seen. I've mentioned my neighbours now and again up there. Well, here's an overview of them. And actually, they're a little bit higher up the hill than my house as they stand behind it. This, of course, is the village cemetery. Everybody comes up here. They seem to look after their graves very well. And apart from when there's actually a ceremony on up here, I'm guaranteed that I won't get disturbed much at all. So, time to put the drone down and go and have a look at the house and see how it's getting on. I'm not planning to do anything to this in the near future, but it does seem to have fallen down some more. Some of the trees in the courtyard area have been felled and taken away for firewood, and I assume that this has happened during the winter with the locals needing such things. It done me a favour though, because I would have needed to clear the trees away anyway at some point, but probably not this year. And that's because I've got this much smaller and easier to manage house to deal with, and we're going to move on to that now and look round some of the local shops in Svishtov. My first aim was to find tiles for the bathroom, that's floor and wall tiles. Local shops in Svishtov have got quite a good selection, and they also have a selection of sink units and showers. The kind of shower we're looking for needs to have an overhead outlet for me, because I like the water coming down on top of me, and also a handheld device because Ruth prefers to hold her shower head and move it around her body. We also wanted to do something on a B&Q type scale, so we went to Pleven, which is where Practica is, and as you can see, that's the kind of shop it is. We wanted to look at kitchen units, all sorts here, so we can decide what finish you want and whether you want a bowl sink or a big old sink, whether you want dark colours or light colours, what kind of taps you want. There's a choice here. Unfortunately, my wife didn't really fancy any of these, but we'll see if she changes her mind, as we'll no doubt make a return visit nearer the time. I was also interested in seeing some of the doors they sell here, although I'm not sure if I'll actually need a door for anything, and then move on to the bathroom. Now, the bathroom's the first project we'll be undertaking, so it was important to look in this area. And as well as the sinks, I want to look at the cabinets that go with them, because I need to shave in a mirrored cabinet. It has to have storage for razor, toothpaste and all that stuff, and ideally some built-in lighting so I can see what I'm doing, and therefore cut down the number of cuts to my face. It's traditional in Bulgaria to have wet rooms, but there's still a number of conventional shower cubicles in their bathroom displays, and they all have what we need here with the overhead shower and the handheld unit. There were some fairly good priced units and some rather expensive ones. The cabinet that we end with here has got all sorts of lights and showers and jets and things in it, and a price tag of over 1,000 lev, which is still probably under £500 at current exchange rates. It could seem a bargain if it's what you want. And finally we go back into Svishtov, and this is the hill that I like to have a look at every time we come into the area. And you may remember me actually becoming the sundial a few years ago. I do come back here every time, as I said, because the views over Svishtov and the river Danube are pretty spectacular from up here.
Time is up, babe. No more, I'll be waiting for you to come.
And if you look around, you can see down into the dock area, you can see the railway sidings and possibly see how the railway trucks come into the area for unloading. The ferry from this port goes across to Romania. It's just across the river. That piece of land the other side of the river is Romania, and there's a lot of traffic goes across here on a daily basis, I believe. And I said I believe because I've never actually seen the ferry crossing. To give you an idea of how this is all located, down below you can see the buildings where there are birds flying around. Now again, a few years ago, I think it was 2019, Colin was here with another photographer, and he filmed the birds flying overhead from the bridge down below. And yes, it was 2019, March 2019, and those birds were flying around there, and I thought this was a one-off. But from our view up here, I can still see birds flying around, so that's obviously a regular thing around these docks. And so you can see exactly how this is located in relation to the sundial. If we back up a bit, you'll see that there it is on the hill, and there are always people having a go at this as they walk past. So that's it for this month as we say goodbye to Svishtov, and we'll be back here soon and back in Orish carrying on the work on our house.